Welcome to Reclaiming the Self. I'm Blair, and this is a space where I share my ongoing journey of connecting to the truth of who I am, with the hope that it supports anyone it resonates with. Welcome, friends. Today's episode is all about shifting our experience when we lose something or even someone, and how through this perspective shift, we can actually be more present to and experience the grief process. Because as we are present to and move through that process, we can expand through it. I'll let the piece speak for itself, but I will just say this. As I was reflecting on the piece in terms of sitting down to do this intro, I realized the seed point of the message that came through that I talk about in the piece actually came about many, many years prior. I lost my dad many years ago, and there was a lot of stuff that I still had to move through. On top of the grief, we had a complicated relationship, and a number of years after his death, we connected in spirit. And I have to say, our relationship now is so much better, so much more fulfilling than when it was when he was alive. And in that experience, I have also let go and healed stuff that I was still holding on to from when he was alive. So I share that personal detail because I know the experience I talk about may sound trivial, but I did want to share that this can be true in terms of losing someone that you love. That it can just simply be a transformation of your relationship in a new way. So I'm going to leave it there. I'll let the piece speak for itself. And without further ado, this is the multidimensional self, expansion through grief and loss. One morning before leaving an Airbnb, I noticed the tip of my citrine crystal pendant had broken off. The pendant holds deep sentimental value for me. My brother bought two, one for each of us. We then charged them in ceremony when we celebrated my 40th birthday with a magical weekend in Joshua Tree. At first I felt a sense of loss, but then came the message. It is still whole. An aspect of it is elsewhere doing its work. The wholeness can never not be. It only expanded its reach. In that moment of realization, I received a vision of octopuses. And isn't that what we are as multidimensional beings? Just like an octopus expanding its tentacles in all directions. Each tentacle an aspect of self stretching across timelines, identities, experiences, yet all connected to one central awareness. I often speak of reflection points, metaphors in our daily lives that remind us of who and what we truly are. Imagine the octopus as a reflection point of all aspects of you, expressing and always connected and grounded through the body and your unique vibration. Now imagine an octopus with infinite tentacles, mirroring back a myriad of embodied expressions of all beings, each tentacle connected and grounded by the same central energy that it extends and expands from. Like a tentacle, let's expand on this idea. What if each octopus is a tentacle of source? Please use whatever name or vibration or essence resonates with you in lieu of source. Each one and every tentacle, a sacred expression of the all, always connected and grounded in its connection to what is. Our exploration of aspects of self or self, aka our tentacles, reminds us that this is all of the same source. This is especially true as we explore the more shadowy aspects of self that we tend to judge and reject in ourselves and in others. It is a reflection point, a reminder of our wholeness and connection with everything in form and otherwise. When we begin to see this eternal connection, we can shift into a new perspective that nothing and no being is ever lost. Everything is connected at the energetic level. The next layer unfolded as to how this can be supportive in times of grief. When someone we love passes or is no longer with us in the same way, or we lose an identity that we cherished, the grief is real. And even in the emotional experience of loss, the wholeness remains. A limb removed, an identity lost, the death of a loved one are endings through one level of experience, yes, and very purposeful in our experience of them. They can also be transformations and transmutations, the same energy expressing in a new or different way, still connected and always whole, thus allowing us to shift our experience in a new way. And what if the grief is a gentle or not so gentle nudge? A sign that you have shifted in circumstances, perspective, consciousness, in being, in timelines. What if these moments were seen in infinite ways or layers, each layer a tentacle, each shift an expansion, a new way of experiencing the all? Because when we only see through one perspective, it can deepen our sense of separation and limitation, and often with it, despair. But the soul does not die or fracture, it expands, as does our awareness of this truth. I know the loss of the tip of a crystal is far different than the loss of someone you love dearly. But if we cultivate new perspectives in less emotionally charged moments of perceived loss, perhaps in time our paradigm and beliefs of death and loss will shift, both individually and collectively, opening the door to a whole new way of being and experiencing this crazy thing called life. Until next time, friends, stay curious.